Hello and welcome to this video. If you're new here, my name is Marta and today I will be testing out the Juvia's Place foundation. I did buy it in a very light shade. I bought it in the shade Marisol 740, which was a little too pale for me, but I did make it work by applying a lot of bronzer to my face. And I also am trying out the concealers. I have had these for like a week, so I have been trying them out a little bit. I have it in the shade 23 and 24. I am going to work at 6 o'clock, so I'm going to have this foundation on for more than 12 hours because I won't be done at work probably before 3 o'clock during the night. So I will do a check-in then, and then we'll see how it's holding up. And I do work as a waitress, so there's a lot of running, and I'm going to have a station that's in the second floor in the restaurant today, so there will be a lot of running up and down the stairs as well, because our bar and our kitchen is downstairs. So it's this foundation and this concealer, they're definitely going to be tested today, and I'm really excited to show you how it's going to look afterwards. I'm excited myself, so let's just go straight into the application of the products. I have quite a lot of breakouts right now. I have a big one right here. I have one almost at the same spot here on the other side, and as always I have some redness underneath here and around my nose, and of course I have a lot of dark circles underneath my eyes. So I'm just going in with my Dermacol Matte Control makeup base, and I'm just using about this much product, and I'm just going to apply it all over my face. So I have the shade Marisol in the Velvet foundation. I think it might be a little bit too light, but I'll just apply a small dot right here, and then we'll just see how it matches my skin. I'm just using a sponge like this. It's a fussy one. I just bought it off of Wish. It's a little bit light, but I think it's workable, so I'll just apply it all over my face. It does feel quite matte right now, but it looks very nice on the skin. So you can see it didn't really cover up all of this, but I do also have a concealer that I can use to do that. I'm really just trying to press it into my skin. It feels quite matte to the touch actually, but I'm not sure. I don't think I have any foundations that I could compare this with. Okay, so this is the foundation applied to my face, so I'll just zoom you in so you can see a little bit closer how it looks. I do feel like it looks a little bit patchy on my nose, but my nose is very dry now because I'm getting sick, so I'm blowing my nose quite a lot. It doesn't look bad on the skin, but I'm really curious to see how it's going to look here on my nose after wearing it for a couple of hours when it looks like that when applying it. I'm also going to zoom you out just so you can see how it looks compared to my skin tone. As you can see, I look like a ghost. It's a bit too light for me, but I think I can make it work using a lot of bronzer, but probably I should have gone for a darker shade, because I'll just see if I turn down the lighting if it's going to look a little bit better. Okay, so this lighting is a little bit more true to real life, but as you can see it's still quite pale, so I do have to bronze up my face quite a lot to make this match my skin tone. For concealer I have both shades 23 and 24. So I'm going to use 24 because I know that 23 is a very light shade. So I will just swatch them here. This is 24, it's the lightest one. And this is 23, which is a little bit more yellow and a tiny bit darker. So as you can see, 24 is a little bit too yellow for my arm here, but the other one is also too pale. So what I've been doing lately is I've just used this one first, and then I've put a tiny bit of this one on top just to make it a little bit lighter just underneath my eye. So I'll just see how I'm doing today. I'm just going to apply the shade 24 right under my eyes. So you can see it's way too dark for this foundation, but I'm just going to go with it for now, just because I'm not usually this pale. So just to make it look a little bit darker maybe. We'll just see. And I have been using this concealer for a couple of days, but I haven't really tested it out with a full face of makeup yet. So as you can see, the concealer is a little bit more liquidy, so it brings back a little bit more life to my face. Like you can see, I look very dewy underneath my eyes. But I'm just going to do a little bit more of concealer straight under here. That's what I usually do. I just put on the concealer, and I'm going to use the shade 24, the lightest one, just to make it a little bit lighter here. I just usually put on a small dot like this. And then I have my setting powder ready, because I obviously crease a lot underneath my eyes. So you can see it's already creased here. So I just usually have my setting powder ready. Today I will be using my RCMA setting powder. Then I'm ready with my brush to apply the setting powder. Then I'm just going to blend one eye. And then I'll just set it as soon as I'm happy with how it's blended out. And what I've seemed to notice with this concealer is that it's so liquidy that I'll have to set it really properly, because usually I never bake or anything like that with my under eyes. But I feel like with this one I really have to make sure I have a lot of setting powder just where the crease is, to avoid that it's creasing during the day. As you can see, you can still see a little bit of my impurity here, but that's just life. And I'm also trying to set all of the lines very well, because I usually have creasing right here. I have some creasing underneath here during the day. And just generally around here, just because I'm wearing glasses all the time. So obviously it usually lifts underneath here where the glasses are leaning on the skin. And honestly, I usually never put foundation in my forehead, just because I don't feel like I have the need to, because I don't have many impurities there. Not that much redness either, but today I just felt like doing it because I'm testing the foundation, and I do get a really oily skin there, so it will be the ultimate test. Plus this foundation was quite pale, so if I'm running around I usually get red, and I'm going to work and I'm going to walk up and down the stairs as a waitress, and yeah, I'm probably gonna get a little bit red, and then it's going to look so weird when I'm like red all over my forehead, but the foundation is covering everything else. So yeah, I think it's better to have foundation all over the face. So now, this is how the skin looks like with only concealer, foundation and setting powder. I actually think it looks pretty good. It doesn't look too cakey or anything. And this is how it's looking underneath my eye. As you can see, there is a tendency here for creasing already. So maybe I should use a little bit more setting powder, but with a smaller brush. I'll just take a brush like this and apply setting powder and really press it in, so that I will try to avoid creasing. I feel like I've done everything I can to avoid creasing now, so we'll just see how it goes. I haven't used this concealer on top of the foundation, so I'm excited to see how that's gonna work. I'll just go ahead and get my face palette, and I'm just going to use the exact same products that I always use. Okay, so 13 hours has passed. Right now it's 3:19 in like during the night. I'm so tired after work. It was really busy, and honestly my makeup is not looking that great. I'm just going to zoom you in. I did just take a look in the mirror, so here it looks quite nice. My problem is honestly like here in my forehead. As you can see, I have some creasing. You can really see that the foundation is like on top of my skin. I think it would be easy to touch up because I have not touched up. I have not blotted my skin, not anything during these 13 hours. Usually I would have, but at work I don't have time for that. And as I said, I have a cold, so I've been blowing my nose. So my nose is a disaster. I don't want to show you this, but if you just look here, and especially like where my glasses are, obviously it's going to look like this, but usually I don't get this thing happening right here. But I mean, I think I could have touched up this as well with some powder foundation. What I'm surprised about is that I don't really have any creasing happening around my mouth, which I usually always have. So that's really weird, and it's sort of a good thing. So all in all, I think that this is a quite good foundation. This is 13 hours, so obviously it's not going to look very great, especially not after we're running around as a waitress. And it was a very busy day today, so I'm so tired right now. And honestly, I think that this makeup did quite well for that. I mean, even my eyeshadow, I used some glitter glue for a new shimmer shadow, and it has creased a lot, so I feel like the foundation did quite well. I'm not sure if I will say that it passed the 13-hour test, but I will definitely use this again. It's like, I don't think really people would notice all of these things that I notice, maybe just around my nose, but other than that, I think it's looking pretty good. So I'll just zoom you in once more. So this is the sides. Here's my cheek area. Obviously I did touch myself a little bit here, and I do have oily skin. But honestly, it's not looking too bad. I mean, it's bad, but 13 hours, guys, that's a lot. And I did not reapply my lipstick once. This is the Super Stay Matte ink from Maybelline in the shade Loyalist. I just removed the lipstick that I was wearing previously, not around the lip, but just in the middle of the lip, and then I just applied some of it. But yeah, I'm just going to take my makeup off, take a long nice shower, and go to bed. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, then please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!